What they're doing, they're getting the pins ready for the receiving end. Once it gets to the height up there, to the top. Once it gets all the way to the top up there, they got to bolt it down to the framework. So it's a lot of preparation. Then they got to connect the wires and everything up there. Those wires that are hanging at the bottom, those will get connected eventually once it gets to the top. And this takes time. You can't rush doing this because it's a lot of work trying to assemble this. It's going to give you guys a little footage on them basically setting this up. Right now it's about like 2:30 in the morning. There's little to no traffic, and this is probably the best time to do this when there's not many people around. Hey, what's happening? Usually they tie a rope on one end of it just to keep control of it. It all depends on what you're trying to achieve also. I think they got like an 8-man crew just working on that alone. You know, the more the merrier, because you need a lot of teamwork to get this done the right way. I'm not sure what they're building here, but whatever it is, it's going to be owned and operated by Northeastern University. And I'm assuming they went down pretty deep based on the equipment that I'm seeing over here. Looks like they went down deep enough that they found water, and they had to filter out water. And they also got these nets on the sewer drains, so that no debris gets inside the sewers. So they must have. It all depends on what kind of soil you find down there. some soil, if it's contaminated, it has to be shipped to a different location. It has to be tested, and it's a whole lot of stuff you got to do. You got to test the soil, find out if it's good soil or bad soil. If it's bad soil, I forget how many classes they have. I think it's 3 or 4 classes, and then they determine how they're going to treat it from there. If it has to go to like a treatment plan or something like that. There's more to it. Like, I don't know all the details, but I know a little bit about it. And before they do the groundbreaking, they do various different core samples. So they already have an idea of what they're dealing with before they even break the ground. That's one of the heavy duty cranes right there. That's more likely going to be the crane that lifts it up there. That's a more heavier duty crane that's more capable of lifting it up that height. This one can do it, but it's just a matter of, actually no, it probably, well, it can do it, but it's not, it don't have the lifting capability to do the swing probably. The more you swing it out, the heavier it's gonna feel. But this crane right here is well capable of lifting that up there. And that's, as you can see, it's a pretty big one. That is a pretty big one. I understand that these guys make somewhere between, I could be wrong, but I thought I heard between $100 to $1,000 an hour. No, that might be what it costs to keep the crane here itself, but the actual crane operators are probably making about $100 to $150 an hour or something like that. I could be wrong. I haven't really checked into that, but I heard somebody say that at one point. But the crane itself, it costs us about $1,000 an hour just to bring the crane here. And it takes him a while to set it up because he's got to get all his outriggers. He's got to get a lot of stuff set up. So it's going to take him a little while to get all that set up. You want to make sure the boom has enough swing where it's not going to interfere with nothing. Another major company that's in the Boston area that services the Boston area is Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy is a well-known crane company out there. They do a lot of heavy lifting in the city of Boston as well. And just look at the structure alone, how solid that frame is there. That thing has to be well over, that's at least a couple of tons. Just each section has to be a couple of tons. Not to mention the framework and everything else. Has 14 wheels on it, and the 2 front wheels turn, and I believe the second set of wheels turn too. So these 2 sets here, and I think he can control them separately, if I'm not mistaken. He can control this set of wheels and that set of wheels. I'm not sure if the back wheels turn. So on some cranes that the rear wheels turn too. So that on this particular crane I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure that this section right here and this section right here can definitely turn. So we'll get as much footage as we can and see what's going on there. So, good morning, how you doing?
How are you doing?
Alright, not too bad.
What, you're happy about this or what?
Oh, I do everything. I got a little YouTube channel. I put everything on there.
You know, you scare people off, you know?
I can't scare nobody.
Huh?
If I scare them.
Just do it one time, you know, twice. And then, you know, you don't have to be all the time, you know what I mean?
Well, easier said than done.
Why is that?
Because most of my viewers want a lot of footage. So they don't want to see like one thing particular. They want to see like...
You do movie or what?
I don't do movies. I do a lot of like... it depends. Like today I covered a lot of car accidents. In
You've been here since...
Say it again?
How long you been here? 12 o'clock?
No, not that. No, I just got here like around 2:30. So I just got here.
Okay. We've been here since 12 o'clock.
I know. I wasn't going to stay here that long.
Just to remind you, these people, they don't want to take a picture of them. So do that here.
Tell them to look up the... Well, if they...
No, it's okay. I'm just telling you.
If they tell me that they don't want to be on film, and they do it in
some of them
if they say it in a respectful manner,
no.
I won't record them, because you know. But you know.
Come on, brother. I'm telling you as a brother. Okay?
Yeah.
I know these white people. You know what
yeah,
I mean,
I got you.
right?
I got you. I appreciate you.
I'm with them in the job.
I got you.
Sometimes I have to take a picture for the. You see?
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I work for Northeastern.
Okay.
I'm an engineer for Northeastern, but you know they.
Some of them don't want to. I know.
Some of them they don't want.
I know that there's a backstory to that. I know you're talking. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Brother, you know?
I got you. So I try my best not to put nobody on camera. I'm more of the equipment than anything else.
Thank you.
Nobody, buddy. Like I know what he's talking about. There's a lot more. I'm not gonna go through that today. But a few people don't want to be on camera because of numerous reasons, and that's another story. That's a whole different story. So I don't know if you've seen the other guy. He walked out of my camera view, like behind me, because he didn't want me to aim the camera at him. And out of respect, I won't do that. Like if they don't want to be on camera and they're respectful about it, I won't do it. Now, just so they know, you have a First Amendment right to record any and everything you see in public. So I'm only doing it out of a courtesy thing, not because I have to do it. And you know, if you give me a hard time, then that's something different. But if you're being respectful and you say, hey, I don't want to be on camera, I don't even care what the reason is. These guys get their own reasons, which I understand. But I'll give you like a quick glimpse of what they're doing. He's measuring out the pathway of where the crane is going to have to land, because the crane needs a certain amount of distance to operate. So he's more likely going to move the crane over there, and he's mapping out where the crane is going to be. And he was asking me, was I here since 12 o'clock? That's when they started at 12, but I was no way going to be here at 12. You know, that means this would be an all-nighter for me, and I can't do all-nighters like that. I used to do that. And I might not even stay for them to set this crane up, because it's going to take a while to set this crane up. But I'll see how long I can stay here before I have to head out. And these wooden blocks right here are probably for that crane as well. I'm thinking that these wooden blocks are going to be for the, they could be for the platform for the crane itself. See that this smaller crane won't be able to lift that up there. It's not that it can't reach. I just think the weight capacity won't be kind of risky and dangerous to do it. I'm not saying that you can't get it up there with that crane. Like, that crane does have a pretty good reach. It goes up pretty high. As you can see, it got like 4 more sections that it can extend out. But I think the weight capacity is just a lower weight capacity that won't really, it won't be safe. Put it that way. You can do it, but you risk with the wind and the weight in the distance toppling the crane over, and you just don't want to take that chance if you can avoid it. They always say work smarter, not harder. And pay extra, you know, whatever, how much you gotta pay for safety reasons. Why not, right? Yeah, they started around 12, a little bit before 12. And it's a lot of preparation. You know, it's just not something you could do right away. You gotta do a lot of preparation to get this set up. So they're marking out the lines where they want the crane to park, and hopefully they can. And the crane operator, he knows exactly what space he needs. Like I seen him do it before. He tells you how much space he needs, how much clearance he needs, what he can do, what he can't do. If there's any wires in the way, you know, he'll note all that kind of stuff. Preferably they want to be on a flat surface at all times. If it's an uneven surface, he's going to try his best to get a flat surface. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but somebody told me this, and it was a guy that worked on one of these cranes. He says, when you work on this crane system here, when you go up to the top, you carry your 5-gallon bucket with you. And that 5-gallon bucket basically is what you have to utilize when you're up there. So that's going to be your so those wheels do turn. All of them do turn, so you guys know. So this is one of them that they all turn at the same time. And I think on some of them you have the ability to control which wheels turn at what time too. I'm not 100% sure, but I seen them turn different ways before, so I don't know if that's, it has to be by design. I'm pretty sure it's by design. And so he's got his marking. So he's got his location where he wants to be at, and gonna go from there. It's gonna take him a while to set up, so I'm gonna see how long. Yeah. I might stay out here long enough to help. Yeah, we'll see how long it takes him to set up. If it takes more than a half an hour, then this will be a 2-part video, and then you see the basics of him just setting up. You might not get to see the actual lift. Like I said, this takes hours. It may take you 4 hours just to get that piece there to the top up there. It's a lot of preparation. As you see, these guys are still making sure everything's secure up there. They're checking each level at each time, making sure everything's bolted in the right way. So, as you can see, this guy, he's for the last half an hour, he's been tightening up all these connections. He's been checking every single one of them, him and the other guy that's up there. So they're basically just checking one by one, making sure they all secure properly, because you don't want any mistakes on those. You definitely don't want any mistakes. You don't want, the least mistakes you have, the better off you're going to be. make the right. You only can go that way, yeah? Just tell him to move out the way. He'll move. Once you get behind him, he'll move. I guess he wants to, I don't know what he wants to do. I told him to take the right. Hey, buddy, you gotta go that way. You gotta go this way. You can't go that way. You gotta go take the right. Go
on this side?
Yeah, no, where you just at. Make the right hand turn behind the pickup truck and go out that way. Cause you can't go that way. Now some people don't. The sign says just follow the arrow. See the arrow says detour? Take the right. It's the only way you can go. All right, be safe out there. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. This is very much self-explanatory. There's not too much more that you can get out of it. Come to the end of the street, you see an arrow, take the right. I mean, there's no rocket science in there. I don't see why he found that difficult to do. And I seen this guy. Wow. I don't know if you ever seen this happen. Like when they're doing the construction, they block up one half of the street and they put the cones in the middle of the other section. So there's a guy that was driving on the left-hand side of the cones, and he said he didn't know which side he should have been on. But in the United States, you always drive on the right-hand side of the road, but yet he was driving on the left-hand side. So I couldn't figure that out. Even the police officers, like, what are you doing? Like, looking at him like, he goes, I didn't know what side to be on. And we look at him like, well, you see a divider in the middle of the road. You stay to the right. And he couldn't figure that out. I don't know if they don't teach them that in driving school or if it's not registering as common sense, but a lot of people have that difficulty doing it. And I don't know why. Like, maybe, I don't know. It could be a number of reasons why they don't figure that out. So they're bringing out the outriggers, and I know that's a tough assignment, trying to set up all those. So you got to put those big blocks of wood, those look like railroad ties underneath. I'm not sure if they're going to use those ones over here, but most of the time that's what they have.
So you can send that. You can clear us within that. What unit was that?
As you can see, they got a pretty good sized crew over there. setting up the crane.
K1. I'll get you another car. Shot spotter activation. 1513. Dot app for 1 round. Yeah. Okay, we're going to both. Got it. Harry 435, head down there as well.
So I'm not going to stay out here to watch the whole crane setup. Just want to give you a basic idea of what it takes to set up this crane setup that they have here. And maybe I'll do another video after it's already set up. And a lot of that stuff, you got to build it, they put it together while it's up in the air. So that even makes it a little bit more challenging. I don't know if they're going to, like some places they put most of it together down here and bring it up, but the basic frame has to be brought up individually though.
Shot spotter, 13 dot out for 1 round.
Looks like the Boston detail pulled out. Probably got another truck coming in there.